Yogurt time. So yeah, the accessories are now just about all sorted. There is these ones here. This tray is just about empty. And then there's this tray here, which is also just about empty. Well, I mean, it's still got a little bit left. But these two trays at the bottom are empty here. And then after that, there is only this stuff here. It's not that much in this container. It's only a little bit full. And then also the bag here, and then after that all of the accessories will be finished sorting. So yeah, they're almost done. And then now that the drawers for the castle are done, I have to try and figure out what I'm going to be doing with the Harry Potter stuff. Still have to try and think of a good way to actually sort that, so I'm gonna try and think that over. But yeah, I just really don't know anything about that. Like, I mean, this, I know that's Harry Potter, and but the thing is, they all have the same legs and torsos. It's just their heads and hairs that are different. So would I just leave them for the most part, or sort by, maybe, for example, I put all of the ones that have this torso print in one compared to this torso print, or something like that. I don't know. It's just really confusing, so I'll have to try and figure that out. But that actually might be a good idea. So then I'll just leave this here for the moment so that I can actually remember this. So then these ones have the same torso print here, I believe. And then I'll grab a light gray torso over here, put that one with that, and then just grab this one here and sort that there, and then stuff like that. So I might end up going with this route. I'm not sure yet though. But yeah, overall good progress with that. Then what I'm going to probably do somewhat sooner than later is, I did partially sort. I added for Rebel, Hoth, Super Battle Droid, and Commando Droid for the Star Wars, but I'm going to do this a lot more because right now I have more Castle than I do for Star Wars, so I will try to work on that as well. Ultimately, for the Harry Potter, I ended up just going through the Bricklink descriptions and then just comparing them against things that I could remember from all different stuff. And I ended up with all of these drawers here. So now I have to get all of these stickers applied to the front of the drawers. And then I do have 2 spare empty ones for if I do need to add any more in the future. Just like I have 1 spare here, which is just some parts I'm just leaving in there for now. Like I have for the castle. And then I also have 1 for Marvel and DC stuff and things like that. So yeah, then this here is now done for the Harry Potter, but then it's going to be good fun to try and sort all of this stuff into these, and then yeah, that's going to be interesting. But for the accessories, this container here is now empty, and so all that is left is this tray here, which is almost empty. This piece here is garbage, it's not Lego. And then over here, they just use some drawers for some of the containers that are farther away. And so then there's this tray here with this bag here and these accessories. And then after that, all of the accessories are now done, are going to be then done. And then, yeah, so I'm going to apply all of these stickers, then try to sort out some of these Harry Potter minifigures into these drawers, and then see what I'm going to work on next. And I'm probably going to just sort these between each of the types, because like for the most part, there's the shark, there's the hammerhead, there's the squid, and then there's this one here, and then I'll put all the others in one drawer or something, I don't know. So I'll work on this now. And then actually my mom did find a Darth Vader helmet, which I did need for the light up minifigure. So now I can add the dimensions for him, and then I can remove that from my wanted list because I needed it. So I had it on the wanted list. I could buy it for the dimensions for him. So that's all good now. Yeah, slowly making progress. So then I'm now done with the Harry Potter. I ended up adding 1 for Harry Potter generic, which is just all the really generic torsos that are used on a whole bunch of different minifigures. Then for Harry Potter, I put a whole bunch of hair pieces in here because there's just so many of them. I counted like 3 or 4 of them, and I left them in the drawer, and all the others I just put in the hair drawer. And then there's just 1 here in case I ever need it for any other ones. But that's done now, so then I'm either going to first finish the Lego Movie drawer, which I had started prior, or I might just try to finish tackling one of these. This thing here can just stay on the side, it's not ready. Out of the accessories thing, we've been able to get 3 containers of minifigure parts, so that's pretty good. And so that's there. Then, yeah, probably just try to finish some of these, because there is this one here, and then there's some other ones which aren't quite as important at the moment. And then I might move these ones to this side and then use this side for Star Wars. I'm not sure yet though. But yeah, overall making good progress. So finally just finished with all of the Lego movie stuff, and so it's all in that drawer, and a couple parts in these drawers. So all in all, there was 73 lots total and ended up at 135.88 Canadian. So now this is going to be the fun part when I go to export it and then go over here, paste and verify. There's going to be a lot to consolidate, most likely. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, is it? There's 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's all 8, 9. Okay, so 9 things to consolidate. Not quite as much as I was thinking, but still it's gonna take a little bit. So I'm gonna work on that now, and then that'll be done. And then since it's well, it's only 8 p.m. I'm probably not gonna start syncing the stores now, or I might once I'm done. I'm not sure. But yeah, then I'll get back to work on making more drawers for up here. Then, I mean labels, not drawers. So after that upload, I was able to get back up to 17,074. I was down to 17,009. So it was getting pretty close to being below 17,000 again. So this should hold me over for at least a short while. So now I'm going to try and quickly just dump as much of this as I can into the old bag of damaged parts. Although I kind of threw it a bit farther than normal last time. So I'm over here, so I'm going to have to try and reach over to here, and it looks like I could, so that's good. So then let's just quickly set this down for a second, open up this bag here, set it against this, and then I'm gonna just quickly dump in a little bit of this. I know it won't fit it all, but I might be able. I'll try to fit it all. We'll see. Let me see if I can close it. Yeah, I think I can. Okay, so I think this bag here is pretty much full now. So let me just close that. All right, so now this bag here, let's get this to focus, is now completely full of damaged minifigure parts, which I'm going to have to put on eBay eventually. I'll set it over here just so that it's not all the way back there again. But yeah, there's a lot of heads in here now. So yeah, there's hundreds of heads in here throughout the bag. The top, like this part up, is mostly heads, it seems. So yeah, lots of stuff in here. So that'll be a good one to list again. And then I can take my drawer back over here and then put this one back over here. And then I have to work on getting a little bit more of these things stickered again. So I'll probably first start by just taking all of these drawers out on this side and then moving the ones from that side to this side, because Star Wars I do use more often. So I'll probably have that on the left side where it's easier access, and then have all of the other ones on the right side and then go from there. So yeah, I'll see how it goes. So yeah, for renovations, there's nothing going to be done until Tuesday now, because that's when the electrician is here, because he has to do a whole bunch of wiring stuff in the roof. And so then that's nothing can really get done till then, because he's got to set up a whole bunch of pot lights and then set up the wiring for the pot lights. I don't know if the electrician actually puts the pot lights in. I don't think so, but he's got to do all the wiring for that, got to do the wiring for the island, has to do the wiring for the other light fixtures and stuff like that, but that's not going to happen until Tuesday. And since today is Saturday, it's no renovations for a little while, so that's good, because then I won't be waking up to the sounds of what sounds like someone's taking whatever those heavy machinery tools are to tear up an entire house and stuff like that, which will mean a few nights of restful sleep, hopefully. That is, if the bird outside isn't screaming again. So then I went ahead with the Atlantis stuff and made for these 4 new drawers here. And so then for Atlantis divers and hammerheads, then sharks and squid and manta, and then everything else goes in here, whether it be this guy, I can't remember his name, or if it's like a guard or anything else from Atlantis, it can go in there. So that's done now. So I guess I should continue with the plan to do all of the Star Wars stuff. So I got a whole bunch of different containers here. So I'm going to take out these drawers here. There's a couple more here. So I've got these ones and I've got these drawers. So I'll work on trying to figure this out now then. So finally just finished with the new Star Wars ones. There is a lot of them. That is like a lot of new drawers and stuff like that, because I've previously had these ones, but then everything else was kind of just in these containers here, and it was impossible to ever find anything. And this year's with me being decently picky about it. Like, I don't have any for like Republic Troopers. I don't have anything for Sand Troopers. I don't have anything for Tusken Raiders or anything like that, or Bomb Squad. Like, that stuff's just all still clones and stuff, or like whichever one they go with. But yeah, then that is finally all done. So now these guys will have to get applied to these drawers. Just had a really nice find. You don't see these every day. I think this here is actually the very first one I've ever found. It's a small antenna for Lego minifigure, and as you can imagine, this part here can get lost easily, and when compared to normal Lego, it just does not look like Lego. But that antenna is this one right here, and it goes for 11 to 21 bucks, and not in Canada, available for sale. Bright Green's a little bit more. It's from Twitch, I believe. Yeah, Twitch. And so yeah, not a bad find. So that's a good one for sure. And even better, it's the minifigure doesn't have dimensions, and so just one will be good enough because I don't need two of them for the dimensions. And then I do have the rest of the minifigure on the way, and I already have the wings, so not bad. So the accessories are finally all done, so that is really nice now. So then Monday should be able to start tackling these guys. So yeah, that's pretty good. And then over here was all of the Star Wars drawers have now been made. There's quite a few of them, just shy of 3 rows. I'll be putting these 2 down here for potential future use. There we go. And so that's what, 8, 16, 24, 32, minus 2, 30. So 30 plus, so 32, 34, 35, and 36. So then it'll end up being slightly different. It'll be almost 5 rows, or 5 rows maybe, of, yeah, it's actually going to be about 5 rows of Star Wars there, with like 5 or 6 empty once these ones here are added to it, because those ones were taken from down there and over there. So lots of them over there, but now all of these are made. So there's like officer for like the Imperial officers and stuff like that, which I'm not sure if I really have any examples of right here. Don't think I have any right here right now. So can't show any examples for that. But then stormtroopers, there's some stormtroopers like these guys here. So that one can go with stormtroopers, and so on and so forth for every single one of these drawers here. And then there's all of these ends here, and yeah, finally all done with these for now. But then there'll be more later on. All of these Star Wars has now been put into their proper containers. So yeah, there's a little bit in almost every one of them. A few of them are still mostly empty, but overall decent progress. So now I'm gonna put all the drawers away. All of the Star Wars drawers have now been put away. Well, that's not a good sign. Looks like the power was off or something. I feel like a number is upside down. Also weird how at this angle it's all flashing, but once I go over here, if I get close enough, it doesn't flash, but as I get farther away and then on an angle, it starts to flash. It's interesting how LED works and stuff. Was finally able to get the confirmation for some of these dimension things here, because there's just a complicated story behind it. And so then I was able to get these dimensions requested. All in all, there was 71 of them, so that's done now. And so now I have to try and figure out what to do next. Remaining, if any left, well, I think there was a few left. Yogurt Dan. So all of the swords have now been sorted, and there's definitely a lot of katanas compared to other things. But yeah, then these here will be the first up to get listed from the accessory container. So all of these swords have now been added to Brick Store for the katanas. Just for the time being, I did go ahead and just have only a quantity. I just went ahead and I added every single color combination for all 3 of the molds, because I was not about to confirm every single one that's there right now. I'll do that once I get to them. So I just left it like with the normal quantity of 1 for each. So let's see what a quantity of 1 at the 6-month sales average is. So that is 60 bucks. So let's see for the price. Lowest is 7 cents for your standard pearl gold katana. And what was this red one? Okay, the butter knife there. Most expensive is the reddish gold pearl, not pearl, the reddish gold sword here. So I'll just double check. So 48495. Let's check right here, 48495. I typed that wrong, 48495. Okay, right here. And reddish gold is a more recent color to the catalog. But yeah, definitely seems to be going for that much, so that's nice. And this here's the different color that was added. It's not to be mixed up with flat dark gold or pearl gold, but it's quite interesting to see. So I'll have to compare that, but then let's just take a quick look. Reddish gold is in 7 sets. And so yeah, it's not like it's a rare thing, it's just a more recent color, I guess. And I'll just have to confirm it's not pearl gold when I list it. It's now 8:10 p.m. Currently at 445 different swords listed for 414 Canadian. But I still have all of the katanas left, which is significantly to drive down that price per part average there. But yeah, there's these ones here. I did have all of these listings, just one for each of the options available, although I don't know if I have them all. Like, I'm almost certain I do not have this one here, which is the octagonal dark turquoise one and stuff like that, because dark turquoise is more so a new one, and there's only in 1 set. And actually, well, I take that back. I have it right here, so I guess I do have that one. So I might have every single color combination, although probably not. But now it is time to first dump this out. And although I do, well, actually this thing here is not looking too happy, so that's going to go in there. And although I do somewhat remember the different variations and stuff like that, I do want to just take, bring up the photo. So 1 second, 30173 here. With this, and one of these guys has a comparison photo. Yeah, this here, I can recognize the octagonal guard easy. It's pretty easy to differentiate that one. So, like, for example, this one here, it's got the, oh, let's get this to focus. It's got the octagonal guard there, compared to just the normal square guard here. So that one I can separate, but then with the other ones, then I'm just going to keep this up. Basically, it's entirely dependent on where the hole is, whether it's in the hilt or on the blade or something like that. And I mean, there's differences with this and stuff like that, but I just usually compare it based off of whether this hole is here or if it's here, and then that's how I separate it. So I've got one container here. I'm going to grab 2 more containers, although I just realized I actually had containers over there and I didn't have to stand up. But well, I've got these containers here now, so I'm going to go ahead and start separating those swords between the 3 types. Currently, I've got these 3 drawers basically filled up, and then I got more swords in those drawers and every single drawer to some extent. Lots of them in the garbage like normals, mostly made up of these older cutlasses, because those things are always in horrible condition, but overall not that bad. So yeah, then I'll work on separating these guys now. All of the katanas have now been sorted, and mixed in were a couple of odds and ends. So I'll see if I can get some of these guys put into the drawers from the other stuff that was listed prior. Then there was a good assortment of fake parts. I'll probably find a bit more, but it seems like Lego Ninjago katanas are single-handedly the most faked item I find for some reason. And this hand just doesn't quite feel right or look right, so I'll just throw that one out. And then I'll sort these out. So then these ended up being the octagonal guard ones. These here were the ones with the holes in the hilt. I mean, yeah, in the handle, and then these are the ones with the holes in the hilts. And then I ended up actually using the other sorting method with the blade ends here, because these ones here, the holes, you can only see them on one side, whereas the pommel, you can see anywhere. So I ended up just sorting it like that for the end, and it went much faster. So yeah, that stuff's done now. So I'll probably first just move this stuff here to the side, and then try and tackle these guys, and then figure out what to do. But, well, I guess start listing these, I should say. So just finished sorting the last katana mold. I already had the other ones listed, and these here are all the garbage ones, because for the most part the katanas are just not good condition for a lot of them. And a lot of them it's just like either the handle or just one side, and I don't know where this one fell out of the handles. Well, this one looks fine. I'm not sure if that one fell out of the garbage or not. It might have, and I might have accidentally put it in there, because I know there's a couple because of just how we set up our throwing some good ones in the garbage by accident. So, who knows? But for the most part, these are good now. They aren't too expensive or anything like that, so I'm not worried if I lose a few of them. And just happy to finally be done with these guys. And so then I'm going to get these guys listed, and then I'll finally be done with the swords. So all of the katanas are now done. There was 113 of them in pearl gold, 101 in flat silver, and for the most part, the others were decent quantities, but nothing quite at that level. All in, there's 773 swords for $477. So finally, it's now 9:40 p.m. I can go and upload these. So export, copy, paste, verify, and then get this uploaded, consolidate any that there is. Although I haven't uploaded swords in a while, that I'm not sure if I have any to consolidate. We are about to find out. Okay, this one we do. And then let's see, this one we do. This one there isn't a picture for it, but it's the right one. I'm decently sure it's this thing in flat silver, but it's just an alternate for it. So not quite sure why there's nothing there, but who knows. But then let's see here. That looks like it. So I'm just going to consolidate those two and then I'll get it uploaded. Next up is the container of containers, or containers of containers and stuff like that. So I'll work on these guys now. Well, another store to add to the least favorite list. When you buy brand new parts, then they have to make sure that they assemble each and every single one of them before they ship them out and mix them with used. So can't use those as brand new parts anymore, because as soon as they're assembled, they can't be unassembled and then used as new. So it happens all too often. Guess I'll just never buy from this person again, and not really much else to do. So yeah, all of these heads here were brand new, and then also these legs are new, and I think that they were together when I first got it, and they might have fallen apart, but either way, it's just, if you buy new parts, it's one thing for minifigures, because that one is extremely vague in the description, but once you start assembling new bricks, then I could probably get away with it or something like that, but I wouldn't have a clean conscience by starting to sell these as new now, so I have no choice but to sell these as used. But I've already dropped a whole bunch of money on the other minifigure parts for this minifigure, so I could buy them, so I could sell them as new, but now I can't do that. So it's just nothing but a huge headache, and now I can't sell them as new, meaning that they're gonna be worth less, and it's just a huge mess. And then they're missing a part. I ordered 2 of these, I only got 1 of them. And I'm looking at the seller, they just had their buying privileges revoked, and they've got like 30 or 40 negative feedback, and they've got, yeah, it's just, I should have looked out more, but they were one of the only few stores who had what I needed, so I didn't really have much of a choice. But yeah, not really much I can do at this point, except, oh yeah, there's a piece of rice here. Yeah, not much I can do at this point. So yeah, oh well. Yogurt time. So yeah, they are now done renovations for the day, and today they were putting a whole bunch of holes in the roof and pot lights in the roof. So that is now done. Tomorrow we're having the city inspector, let's get this to focus, the city inspector drop by to make sure everything's up to code or something like that. But then the day after that, they're gonna finally start removing the popcorn ceiling. But yeah, slowly making progress, and yeah, starting to get everything look a little bit better. Oh yeah, and then they finally turned off this thing here, not Mal's constant blank plate. No idea what that means. I know blank plate's like a cover for it, but that thing there controlled exactly one outlet, which is this outlet, and that's the outlet that our Wi-Fi router was connected to. So this thing here, if you flip the switch, you would turn off the Wi-Fi for the entire house. So we had that taped up ever since we moved here. But yeah, then slowly making some progress. Oh yeah, and then the lights here, they had different colors you could choose from, so we had to choose which one we wanted, and apparently it's the one that people usually don't go with. It's the hospital LED bright blue or something like that. Or it's not like blue, but it's just a bright bluish white light or something like that. It's just a normal LED look, but apparently most people don't go for that, but we did. And this is what that looks like with that on. I think it's the right one at least. So then in this room, we've got these pot lights, which are controlled by this switch here. Apparently we're getting another switch over there, but then this is what they look like. They're nice and bright, so that's good. Not blur anymore. So yeah, just slowly trying to get through a whole bunch of the different accessories and creating new drawers and stuff like that. Like I just created the Lance one, and then for the megaphones and space guns, and then this one's a new one, new, old and new. But just trying to create more as needed just so that it works better. And then there's just, every time we think we got the last thing of accessories, we find something else that's got to be sorted into these things. So basically just getting most of them into their proper drawers, and then creating a few as we go along, and then creating as many as are needed for the different stuff, because now that there is more drawers available here, then I'm going to start moving the minifigure parts a little bit higher up or to the side, so that this unit, except for these 3 drawers here and the head drawer there, and then excluding these 3 drawers here as well because they're for heads, should be just for accessories. Same with the empty spots here. I'll try to move the minifigure parts from, not the minifigure parts, but the minifigures from there to over here as well, or over there, and just try to move some of that stuff over. And then yeah, just start to slowly tackle some of this stuff and just try to first get it all sorted, and then yeah, figure it out from there. But then starting to create lots of stuff, new drawers and things. But there's lots of missorted stuff mixed in, like all of these here are missorted. This here is minifigure parts for most of it. This thing can go there, but this looks like it's mostly minifigure parts and a little bit of missorted stuff. That's the missorted container. So yeah, probably gonna just keep on making a couple more drawers and just trying to get all of these, this one I'm listing right now, these, this stuff, this, those, there, all sorted into the drawers here, along with a few more from over there. Then just have the hammers here. We've just created a category for that, so we're going to put the bones and the hammers in the one drawer, and just try to figure out the rest of this stuff. This stuff here is stuff that has to go in drawers that are over there, but slowly chipping away at all the stuff. Now made a little bit of progress in sorting the accessories, so there's all of these ones here now, but then I still have to try and figure out what to do with these last few stacks here. So yeah, I have to figure out what to do. These ones here are all guns. This one's guns. This one here is like some axes and staves. They'll probably get sorted in here along with maybe their own drawer or combined with these ones. Then there's these guys, and then a whole bunch of friends type stuff and cooking stuff. Then webs and vines and stuff like that. And then some barbed wire, maces, and handcuffs. And so I just have to try and figure out what to do with these last few containers here. So all of the accessories now have been finally separated into what is suspected to be their final sort for their new categories. So there's just lots of stuff here now. But then the ones that don't fit in their drawers, such as the hilts and telescopes and the animals and the cameras and axes, bows, those things, maybe those, I'm not sure about those things, and shields and stuff like that are gonna have to be listed and put to the side over there. But now I can start moving these drawers from over here to over there and sort all that stuff out now, and then put the stuff that needs to be listed in the corner over here, then start tackling this thing here just to get this stuff all sorted properly for everywhere it needs to go, although it is for the most part already sorted. But yeah, then I guess it's time to start to work on some of this stuff then. So all of the stuff is now here. This stuff that's here is to list. This here is the next thing up to get sorted. This has to get sorted into these drawers here. But yeah, then it's just that stuff there. These here, here, and here are from the accessories. I mean, and this one, those ones were just old minifigure parts, and these ones here I have to sort into those things there. Mail. But yeah, then this is the end of the vlog. So yeah, the neckwear things that were filling up this container are getting sorted now. And so then these are the different containers here. It's getting sorted and sub-sorted and just all types of sorted. So that's all being done. And then here's part of an iron golem. So I should probably just put that into this drawer here. Although that does not look like it's how it's supposed to be built. Feels like it's got way too many joints or something like that. But then that's that. And what was that there? Okay, that's just that part. Yeah, then my focus today will first be to try to get these 4 containers of minifigure parts that were taken out of the accessory stuff sorted into the different drawers over there. And then depending on the time, I mean, I should still have time after this stuff, although it is a lot of small parts, so it may take a while to first get this stuff listed and then start listing some of this stuff over here. And then after these things are done, then I can start processing some of these guys. But yeah, overall good progress. And yeah, this is the end of the vlog, so thank you for watching. If you got this far, today's a Wednesday, so the next vlog should be out on Saturday.